Good morning, everybody. That's right, we are back out on the road. I'm not at Gilly Park today. I'm actually walking my neighborhood with my boys. They are sniffing every leaf because, all of a sudden in New Jersey, it went from green and yellow and pretty and red to all brown and down and on the ground. That's right, fall has officially hit. It is November 2nd or 3rd. I'm not sure. It's November, though, for sure. And since I'm not a calendar, you can't go by me. So you should probably have a calendar instead of watching my videos to find out what day of the week it is, because I'm really bad with that stuff. And I'm not your guy for the most accurate stuff as far as time goes. I'm your guy for really cool, funny, weird stuff, awesome art, and real life talks. So real life talk, yesterday we went to the Bumpers on a Beat car show. My video for yesterday was not great because I was in a crowd of people and trying to talk, and so much going on that my brain just could not process, and halfway through a thought I would start squirreling and start thinking of something else and start talking about something else. So today, a little more focused, a little more there. But yesterday we had some great conversations. I sold 4 copies of the book at a car show. So one was a really easy sale. Child, I would say probably 11 to 12 years old, on the spectrum, walked up, non-verbally pointed at the book with a big smile on her face, almost like she knew what it was and what it was going to be. Another was just a random passerby who was fully decked out in sensory gear, and I targeted that person by explaining the book in a way that connected. I actually saw her eyes widen a little bit, and she clasped her heart when I told her the point of the story, and she loved it so much that she had to have a copy. She left, she came right back, she bought a copy. Hopefully sees this video, knows I'm talking about you. That's right, you put a memory in my head. So I hope that you see this and you know that even though my book may have made you smile, you have made me smile a little bit, just because it hit you the way it did. And then there was 2 other people that bought books. One was a lady who was planning on reading it to her husband because she thinks the story's cute. He thinks the story's cute. And another one was for someone who's buying it for a grandchild. So the grandchild probably won't connect with the book as much, but still the connections were made with the adults that bought the books, and they get the point of the story. And I feel like if I can give some people the information about how the story is supposed to play out and what is expected of the reader, with any product, if you educate your customer, you're going to have a better, more educated customer. But with these conversations, I feel like it educated the customer enough to know what the book's about, what my mission statement is, and also subtly showed them my merch line so that if they want to get their emotional voltage on, they can go down to jdubsarts.com and pick up their first JDubs Art hoodie, JDubs Arts t-shirt. If they're in the cozy socks, we have socks for that. If they carry a lot of crap around like I do, the Bolt Voltage DIY color your own backpack has pages from the original book printed on the outside of it in white and black, so you can just color it in however you want. No longer just keeping your book on a page, but also carrying it around wherever you go. So these are the kind of opportunities that I was afforded yesterday at the Bumpers on a Beat car show. I met some interesting people, I had some interesting conversations, and I made some wholesome connections in my community. I also strengthened my resolve with the Waretown Police Department again, I believe. They all seem to enjoy having me run the crayon table. The officers have crayons with a cop down here, and they had brought some small coloring books. I had brought my Bolt Voltage coloring pages, including my themed Bolt Voltage Officer Bolt in a hot rod. I got a couple kids coloring those in. One kid stopped and let me take a picture. She actually tried to give me her picture, and I said, how about I take a picture to share online and you can bring it home so you can keep it forever. And she loved that idea, which was great because she was probably like 6 or 7, maybe 8. She was a little bit, and it was adorable because she didn't feel like I was saying, no, I don't want your art, because that wasn't the case. I did want to see her art. I was touched by it. She did a fantastic job, and I wanted to share it out there. So I really appreciate her and her grandfather, who had like a half an hour conversation with me about how they do arts and crafts all day long and how they live in my Michael's store and that I looked familiar. So hopefully I will see them again and we can continue this conversation about Bolt and his world and how their granddaughter is starting to peel into it. That's a lot, guys. I think this is probably the most wholesome video I've given you in a while with the most focused point yet. So I'm gonna leave it on that note and tell you that I'm gonna get ready for work. It is time for coffee and some kind of can of hash browns, can of corned beef hash, I don't know, can of something. Can I get through my day? But either way, until next time, guys, I am John from J-Dubs Arts. I'm out in the community trying to make a little bit of a spot in my world. So if you want to be part of my world, hit that follow button, start sharing my posts out. Hell, buy yourself a Bolt Voltage hoodie so this winter you can feel the warmth from within. Until next time, I'm John from J-Dubs Arts. Stay frosty, mofos. I'm out of here.